Good morning, and welcome to your daily AI News Digest. It's Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. Today, we are going way beyond just the headlines, because we're going to look at some fundamental shifts happening in artificial intelligence. We're not just talking about some new software update or a cool new app today. No, we're diving deep into how AI is rewriting the rules of our actual physical world, from the factory floor all the way to the very definition of privacy. The code is officially breaking out of the server room. So let's get right into the stories that are really shaping our future. What have we got today? Well, we're talking about OpenAI's absolutely jaw-dropping revenue numbers. We've got a ChatGPT moment for robots that could change manufacturing forever. And, of course, the battle for AI supremacy is getting more intense than ever. Let's dive in. Okay, first up, we have a story that's not just about AI, really. It's about the new economy that's being built right on top of it. OpenAI's transformation from, a research project into a full-blown commercial juggernaut is, well, it's nothing short of astounding. $20 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is OpenAI's annualized recurring revenue for 2025. Now, to put that into perspective for you, they were at just $2 billion back in 2023. This isn't just growth, it's a whole new kind of economic gravity taking shape. So, what is behind this meteoric rise? Well, it's actually a surprisingly simple formula. Compute equals cash. As you can see right here, their revenue has scaled almost perfectly with their data center capacity. I mean, it's exploded from 200 megawatts to a staggering 1.9 gigawatts in just 2 years. It's simple. More power in, more money out. And this right here, this is the core of it all. It's what they call the compute to revenue flywheel. For every dollar they pour into physical infrastructure, into power, into chips, they can pretty predictably generate about $10 back in revenue. It's literally a money printing machine powered by electricity. So here's the key takeaway from all this. Intelligence itself is becoming a utility, just like the electricity that powers our homes. And what that means is the future of AI dominance might not be about who has the absolute smartest algorithm, but who can get their hands on the most gigawatts. The new gold rush isn't for gold, it's for electricity. But OpenAI is not just sitting back and counting their money. No, they're already making their next big moves. They're launching a more affordable ChatGPT Go tier, they're introducing ads, and, this is the big one, they're getting into hardware, teaming up with the legendary Apple designer Jony Ive to create a screenless, voice-first device. What's the goal? To become the new front door to your digital life, and maybe, just maybe, bypass Google and Apple entirely. But while OpenAI is chasing that massive scale, their biggest rival, Anthropic, well, they're playing a totally different game. They're not trying to go bigger, they're trying to go deeper. They're focusing on efficiency and integration. Yeah, this slide really just nails the two competing philosophies in AI right now. On one side, you have OpenAI, the scale king, trying to build this enormous centralized intelligence for the whole world. And on the other side, you've got Anthropic, the efficiency king, who's focused on creating a perfectly tuned engine that lives right on your own device. And this is their weapon of choice, Claude Cowork. Now, this isn't just another chatbot you see in a sidebar. No, this is a full-on desktop application that you give permission to access your local files. It can then organize your folders, analyze your spreadsheets, and run complex tasks for you, all on its own, without you ever having to upload a single thing to the cloud. And here's their secret sauce. Anthropic just signed a massive $42 billion deal with Google for their custom TPU chips. Now, take a look at this comparison. Google's chips are not only way more power efficient, but they're also significantly cheaper to run. This is a game-changing move. It completely frees them from the bottlenecks of the NVIDIA supply chain. So why does all this matter? Well, the future of productivity is autonomous agents. And by building on this highly efficient, specialized hardware, Anthropic can offer agents that are way more capable and much more deeply integrated into your workflow than anything that just lives in the cloud. All right. Now let's switch gears. Let's move from the digital world into the physical one. Because the biggest buzz at this year's Consumer Electronics Show, or CES, it wasn't about a new phone or a smarter TV. Nope. It was about AI finally getting a body. This quote from DeepMind's Dimas Hassabis just captures it perfectly. The next great challenge for AI isn't just about mastering language. It's about understanding the fundamental laws of our physical world. This is the final frontier on the path to AGI. And hey, this isn't science fiction anymore. It is happening right now. The huge news out of CES is Boston Dynamics' Atlas robot is now officially working in a Hyundai factory, autonomously sorting parts on a real assembly line. And get this, it learns these incredibly complex tasks inside a virtual simulation, a digital twin, before it ever even touches a physical object. And it's not just Boston Dynamics. NVIDIA is building the foundation model for these physics simulations, while companies like Huawei are already using AI to manage something as complex as a national power grid. The physical world, it's the new frontier.
Folks, this is the ChatGPT moment for manufacturing. By creating robots that can use human tools in human environments, we are on the verge of a revolution that could solve labor shortages and completely reshape the future of blue-collar work.
Of course, with all this power comes a fight for control, and right now, a political and constitutional crisis is brewing in the United States over who exactly gets to write the rules for AI. This is the central question, isn't it? Should there be one single national standard for AI safety and development, or should every single state get to decide for itself? On one side, you've got the federal government. They're pushing for a single, ultra-light touch national policy, basically a hands-off approach to let innovation run wild. But on the other side, you've got states like California, and they are enacting really strict laws to ensure transparency and protect consumers, especially kids. So why does this matter so much? Because this is a fight for the soul of the machine. It's innovation versus protection, speed versus safety. This legal battle is almost certainly going all the way to the Supreme Court, and its outcome is going to define the limits of state power in the age of AI. But, as all the big players race for dominance, a pretty powerful countermovement is gaining steam. And it's a push for a more private, user-controlled AI. And this is the whole concept of sovereign AI. It's the ability to use the incredible power of AI without sacrificing your privacy. A new partnership between Telegram and AlphaThon is a perfect example. They're offering AI agents to 1 billion users with something called zero-knowledge proofs. It's a cryptographic trick that basically ensures not even Telegram can see your data. This is a massive test to see if privacy can finally become a core feature, not just an afterthought. And all of this leaves us with a pretty sobering final thought. As tech giants like Meta plan to build these massive new data centers that consume enough energy to power millions of homes, it becomes really clear the AI race is no longer just about algorithms. It is a war for our planet's most precious resources, energy and water. So as we build these new gods of intelligence, we have to ask ourselves who is ultimately going to bear the cost. That's your digest for today. Stay curious and stay critical.